tutors, here's some quick math for you. Let's say that you charge $200 per student per month. In a given month, you enroll 10 new students. Well, you've made $2,000. But if you implement the pricing change, what I'm going to show you in this video, you'll make an extra 10 grand on top of that. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the one pricing change that online tutors are making to add 10 grand a month or more to their online tutoring business, and how you can as well. So let's jump in. What I'm going to show you here is the first step is the actual pricing strategy, okay? And so the first thing you need to do is stop selling your time, okay? So most tutors, what they end up doing is charging hourly or monthly, okay? Now that limits your income, and it also undervalues the impact that you can have. Because if you were able to charge over a longer period of time, a commitment, you could service more students and you could charge a premium, meaning you get more committed students, which means you can grow your business. If your business grows, your impact's going to grow, right? So what you need to shift to is simply start selling a solution, okay? So switch to an outcome-based tiered pricing model and charge for results, not the lessons, not your time. Okay, so let's break this down. So let's say on my computer screen here, example A, let's say example A, I was selling $200 a month per student. Okay, now in this scenario, I enrolled 10 times students. That would give me $2,000. Okay, now once you dial in your offer, and I'll show you teachers doing this in just a second, once you dial in your offer, you can easily charge, example B, let's say that you charge an outcome-based tutoring solution even at $1,200 per 12 weeks. So even at that point, in the same month, you can enroll 10 students. Okay, 1,200 times 10 students, you got it, 12 grand. Just from making this one simple pricing change, you can add 10 grand a month or more to your business pretty fast. For example, here's some of my clients. You can see here, Luke over at A-Level Excellence. This was literally just last week, did 7.8K in one day. Okay, did 50 grand in the month of September. That's cash in his business banklet. Okay, and he's probably got more contracted revenue alongside of that, and that's in pounds, so that's over 60K USD. Okay, then you've got clients like Sarah. Look, she did 6 grand in a week. Okay, just here. Made a sale the other day at 1 grand. It was agreed to pay me $5,250 for tutoring. We got some up here. Who's this person? Lady Davida is on a ROAS of 19, making 26.5 grand for September. What a woman. There's her advertising stats, 19.1 ROAS. Okay. You got another one from Luke up there. 12 students teaching ESL in Spain. Got my first lead already. Someone there, 1,500, signed up the first student. So these are teachers who were initially teaching at the classroom, could have gone down the route of charging low hourly rates, and now they're charging premium-based, outcome-driven solutions, and they're quickly able to scale to 6 figures. Okay, so let's walk through how you can actually apply this, and I'll share with you some pricing tiers as well. Okay, so if I go here and I'll show you the pricing model that you're going to want to use. Now, of course, I don't know you specifically. This is definitely dependent upon your experience, which I'll try my best to give you some insight. It's dependent upon the subject that you teach, and it's going to depend on your skill set as well. Okay. So pricing tier 1 is exactly where most people would start off. If they've never done this before, they've got no student testimonials, zero experience. Now, you would not stick here. This would just be your start point. $500 to $750 over a 12-week commitment for the students, an outcome-driven period of time, focusing on, hey, here's what we're going to be focusing on, not, hey, you get a certain amount of Zoom lessons or it's X, Y, Z, $200 or whatever per month. Okay. You would then create a tier 1 payment plan, which would be $900. Okay. Essentially, you want to just add 25% onto a payment plan if they want to break it up over a month. Okay. Because they might ask, hey, we don't have the $750 up front right now. Would it be possible to split it? So you could absolutely make sure that there's an incentive for them to pay the full amount up front. So you add a little bit of essentially like a fast action taker bonus for paying it all up front, and you can frame it, hey, when you do this, we back you, you get our, offer because you're going all in and we want to honor you for that. And you can create that fast action urgency based so you can collect more cash up front. Okay. Now, some of the time as well, I will say this, a lot of the time these days, you don't even split payment plans up into 2 or 3 if it's 12 weeks. It might make sense to do it one payment per month, right? But what you'd actually be better to do is collect that cash as soon as you can. So for example, let's say the parent doesn't have the $750, what would be to pay today? Rather than put them on a payment plan of 3 months, you'd be better to take whatever they could put down today. Let's say they had 500 and then give them a few weeks to take the 250 and still honor the commitment there. That would actually work better because you're bringing cash into the business faster. Okay. Tier 2, you could then go up to $1,000. Again, this is just what I would do is once you're consistently closing students, you could do this every 5 students you enroll. You could test the price increase and go up a tier. You could do it once you're closing at 25% and above consistently, meaning 1 in 4 of the students you speak to always enrolls. You could do it if 50% plus of the people who do the pay in full and they don't need some sort of payment option. If 50% or more of people are paying up front, that would be a good test to go to the next tier. Okay. Pricing tier 3, $1,200. Pricing tier 4, $1,500, and you get the point obviously with the payment plans. Pricing tier 5, again, once you're now consistently closing at 25% and above on this, or collecting minimum of 50% upfront on all the payments, test going up to tier 5. And really, this is where some of the clients like you saw, and I'll share some here. If we go down, have a look at some of our lists, like here's one here. This was literally yesterday, as you can see on my screen. Let's have a look. Charge £600 a month. That's an $1,800 commitment, okay, on their first ever student, okay? So you got people up here, 4.4 collected during the month of September, first $5,000 month. I'm on 256 grand for the year. We got another client here, I think Jared. Initially, he was selling for 1,200. We've been working for Jared for a fair bit now, and he's now on track for 300 grand a year as an online tutor. And they're using pricing strategies and increases like this. But what they're doing to make sure that they make more sales is what I'm about to share with you in just a bit, okay? Now, let me just show you the breakdown and show you this in action, right? So we've got this paid advertising forecasting tool because obviously the students need to come from somewhere and you need predictability in your business. So you need to know as an online tutor exactly how much it costs you to acquire a student, your client acquisition cost, right? So if we jump in, I'm going to break this down. So that way, let's have a look at this. Now, let's say your program price, right, was $200 and you were charging $200 a month, right, for a student enrollment. So they're going to pay on day 1 or day 0, whatever you want to call it, their day 0 payment, their first day on the enrollment call, $200. That's what they're going to pay because you're charging per month. Now, if we then break down all of the other advertising stats, 70% of the people who book a call with you show up for their call. You're closing 1 in 4 at 25% over here, 25%. That means if 20% of the leads also were booking in and you were getting, so when I say 20% of the leads, people who gave you their contact details, you captured their information, 20% of them were booking in, and cost per lead, you were paying $7 a lead, and you had $1,000 to spend on advertising. Okay. Show you your funnel metrics here. In order to hit how many leads basically you would get off of this budget, you would need 142 and leads a month, bookings 28, and calls, because you'd be closing 1 in 4, right? Your close rate is put all that info in there, 20 a month. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If your goal was to make 5 sales or your monthly revenue just there. Now, if we just change one thing, okay, if we just change one thing and we boost our price to this, you can see what happens with the exact same advertising budget. I didn't spend any more. Look, I spent $1,000. My income is 5x. So if I want to 10x it, okay, all I need to do is play with my ad budget here, and I can see exactly what I needed to do to, 10x my income. Okay. So I've doubled my business. And this is why you need to charge higher rates because it gives you the margins to then keep investing back into advertising. You know, like, look, if we'll go back to that example, my advertising budget was $1,000 and I'm setting the program at 200, we can see here my monthly revenue only broke even with the advertising spend. So this is why you have to shift to charging commitment-based, longer-term programs, because it gives you that margin, that buffer to actually scale your business with advertising, okay? So that you can actually grow and scale more. This is why a lot of teachers just get stuck at a side hustle.
Guys, quick interrupt. I hope you're enjoying the video, but I wanted to make sure you picked up your copy of Teaching on Your Own Terms. It's my best-selling book, and it shares with you the exact 5 steps that I've used with over 2,000 teachers at this point, helping them build their dream online teaching businesses. It went to bestseller in 7 categories. It's been featured by NASDAQ in Times Square, New York City. And I know you're going to love it. Inside of the book, you're going to learn things like how to position yourself as the go-to tutor in the marketplace, and the offer that you can create to get your ideal students reaching out, and how to communicate that. I'll share with you what I've seen as the best advertising strategies to get in front of new students and parents who want what you've got, how to sell your services, and everything you actually need to include in an online group tutoring business to make sure your students crush it and get great results. There's some free gifts and bonuses in there. I think in the first couple of pages, there's a link. You can go and grab some free gifts on me. But I know you're going to love it. Teaching on Your Own Terms. I'll leave a link down below in the comments, and go and pick up your copy today.
In terms of implementation, if you're already tutoring online, here's something you can go and do right away, okay? So the first thing you want to go and do is build a new premium 12-week offer. Okay, now add value if you're already teaching groups online. Okay, if you're not teaching groups, obviously you need to shift to group model first, and you could follow a similar formula. Add value to your current offering. So let's say you're just delivering Zoom lessons and that's all they get. Well, you could add in some sort of curriculum or learning hub or study hub that you could create. You could change the lesson structure. Maybe they get an office hours class, or maybe they get a book club or a homework club added in once a week, which could be a larger group session as well as their initial lesson. You could add some form of community. A lot of schools use things like Class Dojo. You create some sort of WhatsApp group, somewhere you can be a leader for your prospects, your clients, sorry. And then you could add in workshops, for example, like each month you could do some sort of a skill-based, learning-based workshop as an add-on, or holiday camps or whatever, and then strategically place one-on-ones, perhaps just like schools would do parents' evenings, perhaps a midpoint check-in of the 12 weeks, so at week 6, so you can build momentum for the following 6 weeks of that 12-week period. And that obviously is then going to enhance retention as well. You can catch any kind of dropouts or anything like that before it becomes too late. And then you could do some sort of renewal call at the end. You can do assessment in there. And then what I'd also do is build a higher VIP group. So you've got your premium core offer and then a VIP group, which could actually just be an annual plan. It could just be a longer time commitment, okay? Or it could just be more access to you, okay? So you could play around with that. You could play it with deliverables, or you could play it and make it time-based, okay? Now, what you're going to want to do is roll this out to your current students who you're currently teaching, okay? So what I would do is deliver a State of the Union webinar, okay, or masterclass or parent info or demo session to your current student base. Let them know what you're going to be working on. Don't just sell the features that I've listed here. Sell why you're doing it. What's the vision, how it's going to help, what's the game plan, what's the outcome that you're striving towards, okay? Remember, sell on outcomes, okay? Now, what you can do for your initial students, offer them an incentive potentially to sign up for a full year, okay? An amazing founding member rate. Add in some exclusive bonuses, okay? A one-on-one review or whatever, assessment or check-in, or some sort of exclusive workshops. Any students who don't go for it, keep them in the basic group, which is what you'll be running now, which is like the continuity, 200 a month or whatever if you're running a model like that, or the one-on-one sessions. If you're still doing one-on-one for some reason, you could get other teachers to come and take that group over. And this could be the transition point, or that group, those one-on-one students over. This would be the transition for you to be able to just switch your time to groups, okay? And so you have the basic, your core, and then you can have VIP, okay? Now, what I would do then is offer all new students that you speak to on future upcoming enrollment calls, just offer them the premium package, which is what we created here, okay? Now, once they've enrolled, you can now upsell them to VIP, because once someone said yes, they're more inclined to say yes again. But if you offered an annual plan up front to new students who've only just met you. I like to use that dating and married scenario or analogy. You wouldn't, you date before you got married, right? So it's always better to offer 12 weeks up front, get their commitment, and then you can ask them, by the way, we do have this VIP group, and you sell them into the VIP, which might not even be an annual plan. Initially, it might just be you've got something extra where they get to attend an extra lesson with you. And then those people who still say no, after you've tried to make sure you can handle any objections on new student enrollment calls, that's where you can downsell them to the basic. Hey, we do have this continuity, or we do have this offer. You just get Zoom classes or whatever. And that way you've got 3 tiers. It's going to make sure you've got a much better pricing strategy in place to scale and grow your business. And as I showed you exactly how some of our clients, and I'll load them up again, like Luke just here, who's already done 256 grand in the first 9 months of 2025, and Jared just here, who's already done 283 grand in the first 9 months. For example, Sarah Tripp over here, you can see here in our client wins channel, she just did 23.4K in a single month. And that was her highest ever. And you can see this is literally me showing you inside of our clients wins channel that was yesterday. And these were teachers who started off with, one-on-ones, low hourly rates. They were earning classroom salary before, and using this pricing model, they've been able to, of course, grow their business, add tens of thousands to their monthly income. And you can as well. Okay, so if you want to get some more help with this, you like the video, hit subscribe, hit like, or if you want to get some more help and have us build this out for you and show you how exactly you should price your services as an online tutor, I'll leave a link down below this video. You can schedule in a call with us and fill out the application and see if you're a good fit to work with us, and we can build you out a game plan and we can help you scale this and grow this, and you can start adding 10K or more to your business each and every single month with the right pricing model, the right sales strategy, and the right fulfillment for your students so they can get amazing results. I'll see you in the next video. If you want to get more help, use the link down below. We look forward to speaking to you soon.